Like you shouldn't automatically know multiple people who didn't make it past the age of high school age. That shouldn't be automatic. Some people don't know people like that. Some people don't know nobody with life. Some people don't have brothers, cousins, and friends who be in and out. It's us who come from those certain communities who know that, who live that. We can't be the ones to keep reinforcing it and have a love affair with it. So getting somebody a record deal to rap about the same things that's plaguing their neighborhood anyway, that's not the answer. You still know that this stuff that's being talked about ain't right and influencing people in a negative way. So it still ain't legit. If you're doing that in a legal way, you legal trapping. Let's just have a real convo. Just because something not illegal, just because you won't go to jail for something, don't mean it is right. If this ain't no getting around it, ain't no shortcutting this. If the music doesn't change, there needs to be just a straight up overhaul of this. This just needs to go. It ain't good, it's negative, it's destructive, and it's playing itself out. It's having its way every day. Let's talk about the Black Party. You got the same music reinforcing the negative, destructive stuff, and you get to see all the negative, destructive stuff get played out. You get to see maybe somebody have a fight, somebody might start shooting, somebody getting high, somebody twerking. These things got created by the people who's part of that community, who part of that culture. See, the love affair that got so strong, it's part of them now. So now they set up activities that's reinforcing the love affair with your own destruction. That's deep. People probably feel like a gangster rap career is a good way to make a living because of the conditions that person came out of prior to rapping. What is it doing? Is besides making the person some money who making the music and the people who funding him? You know, them few people get money, but all these other minds and souls get influenced through the negative music. Cause it's negative. You don't agree with nothing that the gangster rap music talking. You don't think none of it good. If you're gonna get them a record deal to talk about the negativity, you're gonna be still wondering why it's happening. Whenever a gangster rapper get killed, the reason why that person got killed, somebody shot them, you're about to honor that person and remember him and try to have good memories about him with music that's talking about the same reason why he got killed, if he a gangster rapper. It's the soundtrack to that person's destruction. Basically, reinforcing, glorifying, and promoting somebody's destruction. Don't even, don't shortcut this. Don't try to sugarcoat it. It just needs to stop, I don't care how big a business this is. This destructive, this changing minds, messing up lives, shaping the youth for the negative. All the negative things that you complain about, I bet the gangster rap music co-signing it, reinforcing it in some kind of way. So it just got to go. People say you talk about music, gangster music, but you don't talk about movies. First of all, I would say whatever you watch, whatever you listen to, try to understand what about it drawing you to it. Try to understand how it's influencing you or affecting you. One gonna get the benefit of the doubt for being real, or being realistic, or some type of reality in some way, shape, or form, and one is already expected to be fake. Both of them can have influence. I agree with that. This is the difference, though, between music and movies. Nobody not gonna walk up on Lorenz tape and call him a fake gangster because he not really old dog. Nobody don't think Denzel, you really not a crooked cop? Oh man, you fake, man. You ain't no crooked cop. Come on, but let a rapper rap certain things and you find out he not doing that. You gonna call him a fake rapper. Music throwing rocks and hiding his hands. Music is not just entertainment. We all can agree that music has the power of influence. Music can tell you how to handle a certain situation. Music can tell you what kind of car you're supposed to drive. Music supposed to tell you how big your rims supposed to be, how much money you're supposed to have, how many chains you're supposed to wear, what kind of girl you're supposed to have, what kind of dude you're supposed to get with. Music can tell you, man, music can raise you. Now, I know people would say, well, that's on the parents. Parents are supposed to be raising their kids. That's their fault. I agree that parents are supposed to raise their kids. But on the flip side, I mean, we can't act like parents is the only people or the only thing that factor in how a child can turn out. Look, people say parents are supposed to raise their kids, but on the flip side, you hear people say you can't be with your kids 24/7. What about when you got to go to work? What about when them kids at school? And to be straight up, some kids don't even have parents. Some of them don't have good, some of them have bad parents, irresponsible parents. Yeah. Just because they're not at home, don't mean they shouldn't be in good hands. Like, they should be around bad stuff. Well, they ain't around their parents no more. Shoot, they outside now. They get it how they live. They're at school, forget it. Nah, wherever they go, it should be. That's a society. That's a good community. That's what that's supposed to be like. Ain't no way nobody should automatically know when somebody 9, he get to automatically go to jail in 10 years. Somebody watching this right now got a niece, a nephew, a son, a daughter, a grandson, who somebody looking at saying, oh man, wait till you about 18. How you can know somebody automatically going to jail when they get big? All of us who went to schools in those areas or started off in those areas, we can think back to when we was in the 4th or the 5th grade, and you knew, man, when we get older, man, dude probably going to jail, and it happened. Nobody should automatically be going to jail in 10 years. Straight up. That not supposed to be like that. You're telling you're going to be having that 4th grader automatically knowing his friend going to jail. It's been going on when I was small. It's going on now. And the question is, will it be going on 10, 15 years from now? That's the question. Now, I heard somebody say one time when talking about this, gangster rap, man, crime been around before gangster rap music. I would agree with that. Crime been around before gangster rap music. What gangster rap music do is reinforce that stuff. It make it way more cool, way more acceptable. It make it more accessible and relatable to people who otherwise wouldn't have no type of fascination and nothing to do with it. Because they ain't got nothing to do with the streets. They might not even be from the type of certain neighborhoods, have those type of dealings. But when you got gangster rap music on the radio, you got gangster rap music, on the television, helping to, reinforce this stuff, helping to make it cool and more socially acceptable and make it more accessible and getting to affect people in a lot of different ways. I got a friend. He work around kids. My friend went to work one day. They had this older lady, I think she might have been in her 60s, he said, came up to him one day with tears in her eyes, asking him what happened. He asked her, what you mean? What you talking about? She said that she was flicking, through the channels at her house, minding her business, and she stumbled across something called I think it was the BET Award. It was one of them rap award shows. They was doing this, they was doing that. The lady was tearing up. You know why? She got a real perspective of how things supposed to look. You're trapping on a different level. And actually your trap game is more powerful because you have a broader audience now. As a legal trapper now, you out of the thing, you out of them situations, you know the consequences of it, but you still keeping it going. Now see, you can no longer say as a legal trapper, you can no longer say, oh, well, look at what started these predicaments, because you out now. You trapping above trapping. And I'm not saying that music just by itself is responsible for some of these things. I'm saying that it's a component, it's an element, but it don't get explained like other things would. When is the radio DJ who know better gonna say, man, you know what? Look, we gotta stop doing this. We gotta hold each other accountable. Look, what you doing on your radio station? Look, man, how about we take a stance and start saying, you know what? Look, we can't play this. How about we tell, the rappers with love, hey, You know what? We can't do this. Rappers tell other rappers, hey, we can't do this. The very things that the music is talking about, glorifying, promoting, and celebrating, a lot of times most people don't want that. Most people don't want the violence. Most people don't want the drugs. Most people don't want the pimping. Most people are not in agreement with this stuff. But the music, throwing rocks and hide his hand, will still get you to co-sign the very thing that you are against.